Hi there, it's Lauren from Crafty Hippie. So today I'm going to make a simple thank you card using the Sheltering Tree stamp set. And the basis for this card was actually a little sentiment that I had stamped, which was in my scraps bag. Now, sometimes when I mass produce cards, I end up with extra bits, so I save them, and I've ended up with a little bit of a selection in here. I think sometimes I sort of underestimate how many bits I need, or for whatever reason I just don't end up needing to use, you know, everything that I've created. So I do put them in a bag and I do save them. So I can't remember exactly what this was from, however I've used it as the basis for my entire card. So I've got an idea in my mind which I'm going to make. It's very similar to another Sheltering Tree card that I've made in the past, and I've added in some elements from the, I'm going to have to check because I can't remember off the top of my head because my brain's not working, the Share What You Love embellishment kit. Now, I bought this as part of a bundle, and it's got some baker's twine in, some little clips and some little embellishments with a adhesive back, and these little like bits of die cut card. Now, I haven't used this very much, and I decided that I needed to start using it because obviously otherwise it's just a waste. And I decided, yeah, I needed to get creative with that. So even though this card isn't really well, I'm not following the suite in terms of colours and design here. This is from the Share What You Love suite, which is on page 176, and the kit is on page 177. But I decided, yeah, I really needed to get on and use some of the bits out of the kit. So I'm using the tiny sort of silver paper clip and some white thin baker's twine. Right then, so I absolutely love the Sheltering Tree stamp set. It's one of my favourites. It's so beautiful, and anyone that follows my blog will know that I love creating trees that aren't sort of typical tree colours really. So this one is sort of a blue and a green, and then with a shade of brown. I'm using soft suede, which is basically this colour here on the sentiment, and the backing is balmy blue, so we've got some balmy blue for the blue. So let's make our card. So what I usually do, I've got a piece of square card here, and I'm going to stamp my tree over the top, and I want some of the branches and some of the foliage to go over this piece of card, which I'm later going to mount and put up on dimensionals. But for the time being, I really don't want it to move. So what I usually do is I put a tiny blob of glue. I'm going to flip it over because there was a bit of a mark on the back, and I think it's going to go about there. So first of all, I'm going to do my tree trunk, and then I'm going to do the leaves. Now, I've actually put a stamp on either side of this block. I could actually probably do with getting another one of these. This is block E, and it's for our sort of bigger stamps. It's not the biggest block we do, but it's one of the bigger ones. So I'm going to try, it's a bit difficult actually. I'm going to peel that off to begin with so I can see where I'm going with this. And I'm going to pop that there and press down and hope that I've put enough ink on. Yep, so that's absolutely fine. So the branches haven't quite reached over the edge, but that doesn't matter, but the foliage will. Just looking for my Stampin' Scrub. Move that all back a bit. Now, in terms of the sentiment, obviously you haven't seen me stamp that, that's already done. But if you like the font, it's from the Labeler alphabet, which you can use to personalise lots of projects. It's basically an alphabet set which you can use, and it's kind of got two sort of old-fashioned sort of typewriter type typefaces, I guess you'd call them. I don't know if that's the right word. But yeah, anyone that follows these videos and my blog will know that I use Labeler Alphabet an awful lot. It's one of my favourite sets. It's well worth investing in. So it's going to be a reasonably quick card today. My little bit of card keeps twisting. I keep moving it back. I don't want to stick it down though so hard that I then can't get it back off, but I just had an extra bit of glue. So yeah, Balmy Blue and Shaded Spruce. So as you can see, I'm actually going to stamp over that a little bit. As you can see, I've got a bit of a space there. I'm not going to worry about that too much. What I might do is remove this bit after I've stamped in the green, in the Shaded Spruce, and then actually stamp a little bit behind. It's cheating a little bit, but it doesn't matter. I actually need to clean this stamp here. It's not sticking very well now. It's nothing to do with the quality of the stamp. It's just that I haven't really looked after it, and it has been used probably, well, so much. It's probably been used more than any other stamp set, this one, because I love it so much. Okay, so now for the Shaded Spruce. Check that I haven't got ink on my fingers. Okay, so that's come out really beautifully. So I'm actually going to take that off now. I'm going to rub off those little bits of glue because I don't want it on my stamp. And then I'm going to actually just fill in the gap a little bit by stamping underneath so that it will all go around the edge. I could actually do that again in blue, actually, just to sort of blend that back in. Now I've cleaned my stamp, but I've managed to get ink all the way around the edge, so I'm just going to clean my block a little bit with a baby wipe and my hands as well, because I'm getting all inked up. Okay, so I'm going to go for the blue again. Close my ink pads, move them out of the way, and yeah, I'm just going to add some blue there. There we go. Right, so time to assemble my card. Again, this is just such a nice, quick, easy card today, uncomplicated. Now, what I would like to do is wrap this around the bottom edge of this bit of cardstock before I stick it on. So those that know me and follow this know that I'm probably going to find this a bit tricky. So please bear with me. So I've just sort of half knotted that there. I really want to get this on first, and then I want to get the bow to be just at the edge of the thanks. I'm going to move it up a little bit, and then I'm going to get some dimensionals. And I'm going to trim the edge, which is the bit that quite often doesn't get used. And then I've just left a little gap there. And I'm going to put the bow sort of fairly close to the gap, sort of semi under the gap. Whoops, I've managed to get myself all tangled. It's going so well. Okay, so I want that in just a little bit from the edge. And then we can just tie the bow on there. See the fiddly bit? Use tweezers. And now I can stick that on my backing piece of soft suede card. Let's remove that extra glue. There we go. And then I'm going to pop that up on there, but first of all I'm going to put this little clip on. Oops. And then I'm going to move that down a bit actually. Oops. And then mount on some Stampin' Dimensionals. And there we have it, a super simple thanks sheltering tree card. Easy peasy. Thanks for watching.